setting up for pregame. Let's see, trying to figure out my lighting here because, lighting's a good thing, right? There we go. Much better. But I'm going to be facing you out at the field here in just a moment. But, all right. Good morning. Welcome to I Fly Virginia Beach. Welcome to Hampden-Sydney College. I probably should have worn my other boots today because the grass is super wet. But wanted to get some pregame flying in this morning. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it greatly. And just get some pregame flying in here. And I'm just going to fly this drone up and down the field. In fact, I thought about trying to live stream directly from the drone this morning also, but don't know what the internet connection is like via the phone. I'm not driving at this time. I'll be fly streaming, so to speak. So say hello in the chat. I'll check it. I'll be able to check it intermittently here and there to say hello to you, answer any questions you might have and such. But yeah, please say hello on the chat. I'd greatly appreciate that. But let's get a drone up in the air, shall we? So first drone we'll fly this morning will be the DJI Mavic 3 Pro, and I'm just gonna fly it right off the back of the bed here, because the grass is super wet. And then once we get this thing airborne, we'll go ahead and swing it around. So here we go. Can you see that good? Good enough? All right, did someone join this morning? Good morning, how are you? And I can't see. Oh, Miss Lena, good morning. Hello, how are you today? Yep, I'm here at Hampden-Sydney College in Northville, Virginia. Just thought I'd throw a live stream up really quick to say hello to everybody and do some pre-game flying. I'm here for a rugby match. But yeah, this is the DJI Mavic 3 Pro Cine. And let's go ahead and fly a little bit, yeah? So fire this up. Check complete. All right. So you can see it flying around. Let's turn this around like this a little bit. In fact, let's do this also. I am good, but working mode here. Awesome, good. No, work. Thank you for just putting this on in the background. I appreciate it. So here's the drone, and here's what you can see. If you can see it now, fix that camera angle a little bit. All right. There it is. Let's make this up a little higher. So I'll be in the sky, of course. But enjoy. I'll try to check it every once in a while. But let's go fly a little bit, yeah? I am basically I wanted to get a shot of the field pregame from top down. Topped off the batteries. But basically a downward looking shot of the field. So I'm going to fly it up to 400 feet is my max altitude in this area. Getting to the position directly in the middle of the field. Going up to 400 feet, and then I'm going to fly down. And then, so these are going to be some pretty cool pictures too. So we'll go to 400. I'll straighten out the lines a little bit there. And yaw right just slightly, yaw left, there we go, and I will, it looks crooked, the field is, that is, and that could certainly just be perspective. Alright, there, forward slightly, and let's see here, looks like someone else, perhaps. Alright, so it is up high, it is directly above. It's hard to see on the camera itself, but enjoy your drone, Jason. Yes, thank you very much, Lena. I appreciate you joining and hanging out in the live stream for a little bit. But there it is. Yeah, I'll stand in front of the camera so you can watch me fly. But I'm gonna take a few photos of the field the way it is. Hey, Coach, what's up, man? I'm live streaming. How are you? Coach Seth, the rugby team coach. I don't know if you can see him, but yeah, excellent. Just getting some shots of the field before pregame.
I love it. Yeah,
So,
awesome. Maybe from an outsider.
Yeah, I drove in last night and I told Severin that hey, I'm gonna set up a tent outside the Carpenter X.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't have to go, Dad. he called his mother. Is that serious?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've had the same conversation with my mother. My father says the exact same
Is
thing.
that serious? So, yeah, it's gonna be a great day.
Yeah, it's definitely a beautiful morning.
Indeed.
But yeah, I'm glad. I mean, I'm a little early myself, so
Yeah.
it's nice to have someone early as well.
Right on.
I'll get set up, but I'll come sit with you.
All right, perfect. All right, so we're gonna bring the drone down a little bit here, and I'm gonna do a zoom up shot, like a rocket as they call it. I'm gonna try out some of these other features, these master shots that are on the drone itself. In fact, do something different with this also, like I did last time, where all right, it's getting at your level now. You can see it perhaps, and I'm not gonna land it, but it's close to the ground. And stop recording, start recording, and let's try this zoom up feature or rocket. So it's under, I think it's under master shots. Nope, not master shots, quick shots. Quick shots and rocket. So the camera focuses downward on the subject as the aircraft ascends at rapid speed. All right, so boom, start.
3, 2, 1.
So this is what I'm looking at here. Oops. Oh, that's as high as it went that time. I need to do something different with it. So, yeah, just figuring it out. Trying different stuff here. Let's bring it back down to its starting point, and I'm just gonna do a regular fly up. Centered up with the spot here. There we go. There. So I'm in the midline. And video and record. Going straight up. I went up at an angle apparently. I'll try that again from a shot perspective.
Max altitude reached.
Stop. Bring it back down and try that again. I'm going to spiral going up, spiral rocket, if you will, as I fly upwards, just because it's kind of funny looking to me. All right, let's see who's joined up in the chat here. Morning, thanks for joining this morning. All right, got a couple people in here. Lena's still here. McCasey TV, thank you for joining. I'm curious to know. Oh, let me focus on this flight real quick here. So the next shot I'm going to try to get is of basically it flying straight up. So can you see it in the middle of the field there? It's really small on your side probably. But we'll just start out squared up, and then I'm going to give it a gradual yaw as I ascend. So record, and so basically I'm just going up and spiraling. And I'm probably gonna have to put an ND filter on here at some point. Oh man, I had a hand cramp. So that's gonna turn out a little crap ass. But that's okay. Let's see, I think I'm gonna bring it in and change out the ND filter. It's getting really bright already. I might need a 32 for the morning here. For the entire day actually. because it will be a bright day, and I'm getting more and more in this jacket. I'm bundled up. Layers, right? My wool t-shirt. In fact, let's go through the goalpost right now. And I am over the end of the parking lot near a pole. I don't see any wires over there, but there probably are, so just got to be mindful of that. Bringing it down. All right, get my horizon level. Okay, and center up on the goalpost, and we're just going to do a straight fly through of both all the way to the scoreboard. So how much more down can I go? Because I'm below my starting level. I can see it. All right, so let's try this. I'm not going to hit the ground. Whoa, that was fighting normal mode. I'm not using sport. Okay, let's try this again. It says I'm around the cones. That's what it's sensing. The drone did not like the goalposts. Come across the field, go through the goalposts again. Shot. All right, new shot. A droney, as they call it. And that is actually a quick shots function in this. So let's see. Droney. Start.
3, 2.
Are you live streaming too, Coach?
No, I'll just post on Instagram.
Okay, rock on. All right, quick shot complete. All right. Hey, Coach, you want to fly a drone?
Oh no, I'm all right.
You sure?
All right. Yeah, thank you.
A beginner kit with me.
No, it's okay.
All right, man.
I'm loving going to watch though.
Yeah, I love flying these things. And then I've got the kind of goggles for also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you do that, boys?
Yes and no. Yeah, it doesn't like being this close to the ground, this particular one right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have it on sport mode. When it's in sport mode, it doesn't have obstacle avoidance, so I can potentially crash into stuff. So it's sensing like everything right now.
Yeah.
like these cones that I'm by. The goalposts, of course. And I do want to get a low shot. Oh, that'll be a cool shot, actually, going by the water cooler there. There we are. There's the campus. And so it would be cool if I could live stream this directly to the shot that you're seeing right now, YouTube. But I'm figuring that out. In fact, maybe I'll try that. Let's put a pause on this here. I'll bring it on in. Bring it on down to Veganville. Remember that Saturday Night Live skit?
Which one?
I think it was Justin Timberlake, Veganville.
I remember Justin Timberlake being on it, but I don't remember Veganville. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. It's a funny one. Maybe YouTube remembers it. You remember that one, YouTube?
I'm sure they do.
The YouTube does. All right, let's go ahead and land this here. There you go, YouTube. Something to look at. To actually see something. Alright, I'm going to recharge that battery now also. Here. Watch a screen. Ask him if he wants to watch you fly. I hear a drone. Cool cat. I'm cooking here, so I'm only listening. Nice to see you again, my friends. Yes, cool cat. Cool cat. Hello. I hear a camera shutter. Is Jason planning to streak across the shot wearing nothing but his cow? You're a dumb cow, cool cat. All right. Not today. Not ever. That's how you get arrested real quick, right? All right, man. It's getting warm out here right now, so whoo, yeah, a little pregame flying here. In fact, I'll go ahead and shut this down here for now, I think, just because I want to get other things set up at the same time, unless you really want to watch me do that too, YouTube, you know. So if you do, go ahead and say so. Otherwise, I'm gonna shut it off. Turn this off. Drone's gonna come off now too. Recharge some batteries. What do you guys want to do? Turn that off, and I'm gonna throw this on the charger as well. Now check this charger out though real quick. So, and I'll have it set up in the tent as well, but I bought this power station which is charging the one battery here. And once it gets to about, oh wait, wrong camera angle. This is the Anchor C1000 power station. Brand new from Anchor, 1,000 watts output, and it's charging one battery right now since I flew from the hotel this morning. And it's charging this one battery that was down to 30% already, and yeah, we'll get that going again here in a little bit. Want me to help you set up your camera too, Coach?
No, it's all right.
Not yet?
Yeah, we got plenty of time. Yeah, we got what? Over 2 hours? Yeah.
Or so, yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on. Whew. Say hello to YouTube real quick. Do a pregame interview, or?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Here, I'll come over. I'll sit next to you.
I'll
No worries. All right, YouTube, you guys are in for a treat. This will be a little podcast action, I guess,
Sure,
right?
sure. I got 20 minutes.
And it's funny because my viewers pop in and out, so
Yeah.
it's not like I have a steady stream because it was boring to look at just the field right now,
No, definitely.
But let's see here.
Wherever you'd like.
Yeah, we'll sit right here. This will be perfect.
Okay.
And then I'll put the table up. So I can put the camera on that. It'll be fun. This will be cool. I know I can spin the right out. There you go.
For your table.
I found this thing at, what do you call it? In the water section. I guess somebody didn't want it.
Really?
Yeah, and they put it in the table there. Is the sun gonna be real bad for us?
No, I got
I might need shades, so.
No, I love sunglasses.
Let's see here. Here. A little higher. There we go. In fact, I'm gonna get my shades because it is bright.
Yeah. It'll be a sunny day for sure. People were worried about the rain, but
Oh yeah?
nothing to see here at this point.
So far, you know what? You never talk about the weather, right?
I'm quietly confident that it'll stay about like this today.
Indeed.
Yeah. Things can always change, but
And you know what? Yeah. Murphy. I'm gonna mess with these guys right now. So let's see here. In fact, I'm gonna switch camera angles here so we can see how goofy we look on the YouTube. Severin's going, oh my God, what's my dad doing?
yeah.
Dad, what are you doing?
No, I have no issue with anything.
All right, good morning, YouTube. Good morning, everybody. So I am sitting here in the beautiful rugby pitch of Hampden-Sydney College, sitting with Coach Seth Trujillo, who's been the coach here for how long?
This is my second year.
Second year.
Yeah.
And he was brought here specifically for rugby, which
Yeah.
is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Being that, for one, it's a club sport. And I believe that is rugby a D3 or at that level sports-wise in the other colleges?
Yeah. So officially they call it small college, but there is no official D3 term, so you can call it either or. It is a varsity club sport right now, but I'm hoping we can step up to the varsity level. Maybe even this time next year be a Division II team. So
Wow.
that's the dream, just consistently move up. Yeah.
And so far, so good. Hampden-Sydney's rugby team has had a really good season so far. How many games have you got under your belt already?
We've had about 8 games. In conference play, we've had officially, I believe, 4 or 5 now. We had a little preseason tournament as well with some of the top teams in the East. So it's been a lot of rugby, which is the goal, ultimately.
Which is the goal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you get better doing stuff, right?
Yeah.
Do stuff. Do the right stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, we always say practice makes perfect, but there's never such, you strive for perfection, but I think it's just something that we can strive for, because even though we may think we're perfect, there's something to improve on.
Yeah, and you're going to be constantly battling against your teammates in practice and everything else, but having competition that you don't know and haven't seen before and you have to adapt to, that's the best way to really learn this sport and learn how you can be the best version of yourself in the sport as well. So
Right on. What I also like and hear, from what I've heard about you, Coach, or what in our small discussions here and there, is what your big picture is with the sport in itself, for Hampden-Sydney as well.
yeah, I came from San Diego, so full jump across the entire country, but I have some pretty strong views about rugby within the U.S., and I asked myself, if I have all these strong opinions, then I need to be putting my money where my mouth is. And when this opportunity came up, I jumped for it. So I've definitely been enjoying it myself. And I hope Hampden-Sydney continues to grow and falls more in love with the sport, as the school falls in love with the sport, and as the players themselves.
Oh yeah, I think so too. So in the fall, it's called 15s, right?
Yeah.
And can you tell tell us what 15s means?
Yeah, so in every situation that we play rugby, we're going to play it on the same size rugby field, which I'm sure the vast majority of you all have seen, if not all of you. With that in mind, there's two, arguably three, but really two main focuses of rugby. There's sevens rugby, which is 7 versus 7 on this massive field, and then 15s rugby, which is 15 versus 15 on, once again, this same size field. And so with that in mind, 15s rugby has to be more tactical, you have to be smarter, it's more akin to battle and combat and everything else, and it's much more difficult to score than it is in a more open style game, which is 7-on-7.
Right on. And when do you guys start playing 7-on-7?
That'll officially start in the spring. And in all honesty, we have a very good sevens program right now, at least athletically speaking. I'm quietly confident that we'll be a dark horse for winning the national championship when it comes to sevens rugby this spring. So.
Man, you called it. The YouTube.
Yeah. I don't want to cut off cocky.
Later?
Yeah, no. You'll be all right. We have a lot of good guys, and we barely missed out from winning or from just qualifying for nationals last year. And we have people coming back who weren't here for that would have been starters. And we have only advanced ourselves and made ourselves better. We lost one guy this past year who was starting in sevens. So we've only been elevating our play, and hopefully, when sevens works out, it'll work out in a positive direction for us.
And who knows, maybe this will be the college to come to for rugby as well.
Hopefully.
I mean, what a large team they've got. They've got 40 athletes.
47 have officially signed up and paid to play.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, so I'm still getting used to the sport. I'm just learning how to spell rugby. I heard about it, from my company mates at the academy, and I would see them come back from practice just destroyed, bruised, and bleeding. And I'm like, holy cow, we don't get that bad in boxing, because I boxed in college.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
But rugby, wow, what a brutal, if you will, sport.
Yeah.
But a lot of fun, to say the least. And it looks, from the rules that I've heard of so far and that I've read about, it seems pretty safe, even though they're tackling without helmets on.
Yeah, and definitely we have recognized, and I'm going to say we as in the terms of World Rugby, who I agree with a lot of their values within the sport, we've recognized that this sport does have its dangers, and in the past especially, there were a large amount of ways that you could get injured and bruised, and fighting was a regular thing and everything else. And they're really trying to work on cleaning that up and really extending a rugby player's career, because it's really easy to fall into the sport, to fall in love with the sport, and we want you to try and play instead of 3 to 5 years, and then you get a catastrophic injury and you're out forever. You can play 10 plus years. This is a sport where I've met people who are playing in like a 60 and over league.
Oh, wow.
There's countless opportunities for you to continue to play rugby even after college, and if you can play it without getting majorly injured, without tearing your ACL like you see in football or anything else like that, then it's really going to be a beautiful thing.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. In fact, hold that thought. I want to do something here with the live stream.
Certainly.
And what I'm going to do, shall I get your coffee for you?
Oh no, it's okay.
You're good. You're
They're
good for
cold
now.
Drinks. They're cold drinks. Yeah, they're cold drinks.
All right. So what I want to do is I want to share this actually onto my Facebook.
Certainly.
To because this is pretty cool. This is a treat for me, if you will. We're out here.
Yeah.
So like number 3, all about. Thank you so much for joining this morning. So we'll see how many more people can join us. Me this morning at Hampden-Sydney College in Farmville, Virginia. I made it last night. 3 hours of driving. 3 hours live streaming.
Oh really?
Yeah, I live stream when I drive because number 1, it helps me stay awake.
Yeah. So
No kidding. I wonder if I'm roaming right now.
I'm in for a treat myself. I'm actually a new phone. Hopefully,
Okay.
got a couple 5G and
Which one?
5G. I'm getting the 15 Pro.
Dang,
Yeah.
money bags
No,
over here.
no. It was a free upgrade. So
Free upgrade.
Yes,
No, that's
saved.
always a good thing.
That's the reason why I signed up for it.
You know what? I want to send this to Victoria too, the link for this chat.
Certainly.
Because, let's see, share and copy link, and let's.
So,
All right.
time to kill today, which we should have
Yeah, right on. It's always a good thing, I think.
Yeah.
You know. All right, Boo. Hi. Good morning. So let's see here, and of course, Grandma, Grandpa,
Yes.
B link, and let's see here. Usage. Yes, Raina, for sure. I'll make a note of that when I review the chat later on and put it on the calendar. And it happens. Welcome back, YouTube. I hope that I can maintain this cell phone connection out here in Farmville, Virginia. We do not have 5G on
Not yet.
campus,
Yeah. Yeah.
even though I've
Hopefully
got a
that
5G
changes.
phone.
Yes.
You know, and it's all good to say the least. You know, but yeah, I just started doing this whole live streaming maybe 4 weeks ago, on my way to a rugby game.
Really?
Rugby match. Excuse me, right?
Yeah.
Rugby match in
That Longwood game.
no, it was the very first one, George Mason.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he went up north.
Yep, exactly. So I went up. Yep, exactly. So I went up there, and I was like, let me just try to do this live stream. So I'm figuring it out while I'm driving. You know,
Yeah.
clearly unsafe. Don't do
Yes,
that. You know,
yes.
safety reminder. And I started. Hey, this is kind of cool. You know, instead of live streaming, I'm drive streaming.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
See what I did there?
And once again, staying entertained, like being able to not die of boredom when you're
Oh yeah.
on the road. That's, to me, that's one of the biggest things. When I'm doing long drives nowadays, even if I'm blasting my favorite music and everything else, it's just so easy to zone out.
You know, it was so soothing and really an aqua rock where I would get in the pool, training, and just sink to the bottom.
Yeah.
You know, which
Yeah.
was good for underwater knot tying, but when you're trying to stay afloat, you know, it made.
Really treading water. You're not just floating.
Oh yeah. The worst
must
was
have
when they shackled our feet and our hands behind our back, and we had to, you know, tread water that way.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
drown proof effectively. you
Dolphin kick esque.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah,
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, back to rugby, since that's why we are here, right, folks? So just learning how to spell rugby. There was a thought that I had and I wanted to come back to, but I'll remember maybe at 3 o'clock in the morning, like we always do. But yeah, just learning how to, you know, learning about the rules and such of this sport. Like I think somebody got it was in the end zone on the last game that we were here for. He scored a try, which is a goal, right? When they bring the you don't cut a football. You
the just a rugby ball.
just the rugby ball,
Yeah.
right? So when
Yeah.
they brought the rugby ball to goal line, and then he got tackled high, I think. And
Yep.
so as a result of that, an automatic 2 points also. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's called a penalty try. So basically, if he's about to score, and I commit a foul to stop that individual from probably scoring, all it has to be is probably, then the referee will award a full 7 points. So traditionally it would be the 5 points for the score and then 2 points for the kick. The referee says, no, we're just gonna get the full 7 points, and the majority of the time you're gonna get at least a yellow card. So you're gonna get to take a 10-minute break for doing that. Yeah.
So yellow card is a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
Now for that individual, not the body.
Yeah, yeah, for the individual who committed the foul. So ultimately, committing a penalty try hurts you in every manner of the word. You know, they could have missed the kick maybe, so it could have been 5 points, and now you're down a player for 10 minutes. And so you got to cover a lot more. It requires more stamina and everything else. So penalty tries are death for a lot of teams.
Wow.
In a lot of manners.
And what a great game that was. I mean, you guys came back from a deficit of 10 to 17. You were down, if I recall. No, 10 to 27.
Yeah.
And then I think it was 5 unanswered tries. Or
Something like that. Yeah,
You know?
something like that.
It's on the YouTube.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we definitely came out to win 33 and we were finally able to cook. I don't want to sound too overly confident, but that was a game we should have won pretty handedly beforehand, especially with some of my big guys. And the other team had very experienced large individuals, and my guys were just brand new to the sport and still learning and everything, so we're getting manhandled on scrums and everything else. But when the game opened up and we were able to play our game, you know, we were able to finally start to cook and make some good stuff happen.
So with respect to that amazing rally, I mean, that was a 23-point rally that you guys had unanswered. Do you think it was a result of your team's endurance outlasting the other team, because they started to win the scrums in the very beginning of the match. We were not winning the scrums. Is what it looked like to me. You know, the little that I know. But it looked like we were getting pushed back and pushed around, and then we started to win those, which, I mean, maybe that was a psychological, mental boost.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, we got this, you know, and the guys just got more confident as the game.
If we are fitter and we train harder in practice and we just have more natural athleticism and we let things come and create, then as time progresses, they're just going to slowly break down and cracks are going to be given and everything else. I am a major believer that from that 60 to 80 minute mark is when we're going to shine, because we're still going to have that pace and that energy and everything else, and everyone else is going to be exhausted and making stuff happen. So it was a little too close. You know, we didn't need a score with 2 minutes left to put ourselves over. But everything before that was sensational, and it's great to see that the guys are able to come from behind and stay up.
Oh yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, exciting to say the least. You know, from a perspective, of course, you know, that's watching the game. It's like, man, let's go, you know, and yeah, it was pretty amazing. And today, you know, what do we've got a doubleheader, folks. We've got 2 games to 2 matches. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to both of these matches, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, Pee Wee football, you know, or baseball and soccer.
Yeah.
In America, anyway.
There's a lot of different factors that are included in that. One of the main things is just because there's not a ton of money invested into it, and there's not a lot of advertising revenue that can be had from it as well. The clock keeps going for the full 40 minutes. Same thing as soccer, the full 45 minutes. You don't see oftentimes a ton of commercials when it comes to soccer games, and it's just because people absolutely love soccer and it's so easy to learn and anyone can play it, that you have a ton of fans that are watching it, and then they put money in ads, whether it be from, at halftime, during commercials, or during interviews and everything else. That's a prime opportunity to make stuff happen, plus sponsorships. With football, though, and baseball, you have tons of opportunity for commercial breaks. And in the U.S., they love the commercials here. Football games used to be significantly shorter, and now they're, I feel like 4 hours long during Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah. So there's less opportunity to make a ton of money when it comes to rugby, and with that in mind, it's going to be difficult to get more interest and everything else. But I like to I know for a fact that rugby is growing, and I think if we can continue to push and make that good stuff happen, then it's going to find its way to be shoulder to shoulder with football as well. Another thing is, a lot of these other countries don't really play American football. Where America is the only country really that plays American football. What a coincidence. And so for them, rugby is like that hard-hitting contest, or
right.
We have basketball, so we lose some tall people for that. But other countries don't necessarily have basketball as prevalently, so they're tall people who are a bit aggressive. LeBron James individuals are going to be playing rugby. And it's really interesting to see and study. So we do have so many sports, and it's because we have so many sports that rugby doesn't necessarily get all the love and affection that is seen within other countries.
Right.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah. Well, it's huge, obviously, in England where it started, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it started as a result of a dude just jacking around with playing soccer.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
speaking of the history of it, I think.
Yeah. Football came from rugby, and rugby came from soccer. And so, with those things in mind, it's a great sport and opportunity for people to let out their aggression. And it's loved by England. England's actually playing today at 3 p.m. our time on the East Coast against South Africa. They're probably gonna lose, but that's something outside of the fact. But they love the rugby, and it's a global sport. The 4 of the semifinalist teams in the national championship this weekend was New Zealand, Argentina, South Africa, and England. Northern and southern hemisphere teams that are all varying in size and whatnot. So there's a lot of opportunity for USA Rugby to grow and thrive, and we're actually going to be hosting the World Cup in 8 years. So
Really?
yes, yeah, in the U.S.
In the U.S.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we know where in the U.S.?
They haven't listed the locations yet for the stadiums. If I were to guess, I'd say somewhere LA, Vegas maybe, Chicago, New York, DC, Houston, maybe Miami, some of those locations.
Of course.
Yeah, big money locations, but
big money hotels,
Yeah.
easy travel, right?
yeah. But we have a little bit of a problem actually because we didn't even qualify for this World Cup. You know, we're ranked 20th in the country, in the world, in a sport that is extremely violent in rugby, paired with us as Americans who, you know, not to say anything, but our culture loves violence. You know, this country was founded on violence. This school was the last one before the Revolutionary War started. You know, we don't mind a fight. Americans don't mind a skirmish about anything. You know, so rugby, I like to say rugby is a lot like a battle. And so if we can start to switch that mindset and get people into that as well, then we're going to be in a beautiful spot. We just need to find the strategists and tacticians to make that happen.
Right on. Do you
Yeah.
see any of your players playing at that USA Rugby level?
If they really wanted to, a few of them could have in the past, for sure. No offense to the school, because I do love this school, but you are, of course, limited on the things that you can have. There's crazy amounts of money that can be thrown into performance camps and everything else. And some of my guys, you know, they run as if, you know, they're an extra on some war film that got shot 3 times, and they're like limping. You know, they're shot.
And you know, you'll build that obviously through the camaraderie of the team. You know, doing stuff together as a team, and you know, instilling that sense of, you know, of victory on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's okay. You know, the important thing is if you go out there to, you know, and have fun. You know, well, as far as I'm concerned, having fun means you getting your hand raised at the end of the match. You know, because he wrestled in high school. You know, and so I mean, he didn't win states this year. He messed up his he tore his ACL at conference, so he didn't get a chance to go to states. But he would have won states. You know, confident in that for one. He got really good. He said that I guess you guys have wrestling out here every once in a while, and he does.
Oh, yeah.
He holds his own with the big guys sometimes.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I love wrestling.
But it's one of those things where, you know, where that mindset of winning is important. You know, I'm a firm believer in that. You know, I mean, I went 2 years undefeated as a boxing champion in college. You know, why? Because I didn't want to lose. You know, I wanted to win. It's more fun to win. You know, and I enjoyed getting beat up, and you know, that just fired me up to want to destroy more. You know, and it's something that can be trained.
Yeah. It's there's a really interesting psychologist named Angela Duckworth who talks about grit and one's ability to just persevere and to constantly be putting in that grinding mindset. And you know, that's something that is attached to somebody who wants to be a winner. And to start with, every year, you know, we're trying to raise the standard. We're going to try and consistently level ourselves up and make ourselves better. But along with that, the dream situation, we currently have 2 teams. But I would love to have 3 teams, because there are some people who just are here because they love the sport and they don't necessarily care if it's a win or a loss or anything else like that, which is fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But that'll be a social side player. And right now we're at a point where people finally are winning and they feel like winners and everything else, but they're not doing the active forms of recovery. And then they're going out and they're partying, or even partying too much, and they're prioritizing other things over the last level, which is being a champion. You know, so in time I want us to have 3 teams where you can have the social side and the winner side, and the ones who want to be champions, who want to really be the best version of themselves, and sit there at the end of the day and say, I legitimately did everything I could, and I'm here because of that. So
Interesting.
that's the goal. And you know, having individuals like Severin, these freshmen, they love the sport and they're invested in it 24/7. And so it's great to see that culture start to change as well.
That's
As it
awesome.
progresses. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And what an exciting program to be in, you know. And I mean, I told Severin, maybe I could apply to be a student at Hampden-Sydney. No, Dad. No, Dad. I don't talk like that, Dad.
Yeah, no, my father
You know?
says the exact same thing. Yeah, he still wants us, me, my little brother, and him. He wants us all to play in a rugby game together at some point.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. We're all at different levels right now. My little brother's trying to go pro in Dallas.
Wow.
And my father, you know, hasn't really played too much recently, but you know, former Navy SEAL, so he knows his stuff and he's able to stay fit. And I'm on the East Coast, so
Right.
who knows when it's ever going to happen? But you know, that's kind of the beauty of rugby, is that in time, you know, in a few years, maybe we'll play in the men's division, and we'll make some good stuff happen. You're going to watch in this game at 11 o'clock us playing against the men's team, and you'll see, hopefully, that the difference between a college program and the guys who have graduated and gone out in life and done things is not that different. And with that in mind, you know, that makes
Our stream is about to die, and which is probably fortuitous because I know you're going and doing stuff, Coach.
yeah.
But
yeah.
thanks for having coffee with me this
No,
morning, brother.
no, thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Yeah,
no,
for
thank
sure.
you. I had a great
And,
time.
YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this morning coffee session with us. You know, this morning, and I'll leave this on for a few minutes if you've got to review the chat and whatnot. But pretty cool.
Yes.
Pretty cool. I'm
Yeah.
excited for the day. It's starting to warm up already.
Yeah, I'm really excited. If you have any questions and you have an Instagram account, feel free to follow us on Instagram. It's HSC_rugby. And feel free to DM me to ask any questions or anything else. I just love to chat about rugby, and you know, I hope that I can see more of you in live and in person in time. So thank you
yeah.
all. Yeah. Yeah.
Right on, Coach.
All right. Thank
Right
you.
on.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Jason. Thank
For
you.
sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Is
sure.
it time?
Yeah, for me.
Time to get going,
Guys are
right?
starting to show up. Yeah.
Yeah, I see them. I don't see Severin yet. Still sleeping. Our, yeah, you know what? Do you want me to set up this camera? Yes, indeed. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I just had some morning coffee with Coach Seth. All right. So let's go back into the cheat. You guys sticking around that are sticking around. Again, I don't know how accurate this viewer counter is, but let's see. That signal in the area must be really low. Yes, George, it is very low. It keeps dropping. And that signal in the area must be really low. Yes, George, it is very low. It keeps dropping and such. And so I think more coffee. Jason, yeah. Jason, yes, right? I got up at 5:45 this morning, Andrew. Yes, right? I got up at 5:45 this morning, Andrew. So I had coffee, plenty of coffee. Let's see, Lena, Javier, thank you. Net problem, Buhai, yes, indeed. Pink head. Hello to your friend Jason. Thank you, Buhai. I appreciate you saying hello to Coach Seth. Reina Nga Kabing. I look like goats, so I don't know what goat emojis mean, but thank you for sending them. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, you can put that up there. I hope you visit my live stream. Yes, for sure. I'll take a look at that. In fact, if you guys want, you can go ahead and post a link to a video or your channel. Tens love. Hello, Ate Buhai. Pink hands. Hello, sir. Good day. Connect you back. Yes, I'll get back at you here in a bit when I get home and in front of the TV, or in front of the TV, in front of the picture. Is the picture horrible for everyone else or just me? It could be really bad for everyone as well. I mean, it looks clear on my side, but who knows? I've got a really bad signal. So who else is hanging out with me still right now? Go ahead, say hello real quick in the chat. And yeah, we'll continue to go from there. But I am not gonna live stream during the game itself just because it'll be a poor signal. So yeah, if you're still on there, go ahead, say hello, and we'll go from there. Morning.
Morning, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I gotta pick up these flags, but I gotta go find some shorts, but yeah.
Excellent. All right. So, on that note, I see a viewer. There could be several on here. Once again, the view count is not accurate, but I'll leave this on. That way you guys can watch me set up my tent. See how. Because for one, I want ideas on how to, on getting things better for these events. I mean, this was a first for me. Let's see. Jason wants to watch football. Yes, they call it rugby out here. we're playing rugby this morning. So, let's see. Jason wants to watch football. Andrew, yes, indeed. And how does the picture look on your side, Andrew? And audio? Because maybe what I need to do is just decrease my, decrease the video resolution on my end to put out less data, because the signal out here is bad. So let's see. What does that say? Boo, boo, boo! Like scared. Like it is Halloween, right? Let's go ahead and pull this out here. I've got Andrew. Where are you located? Are you in England? I don't remember where you're from, bro. I wonder if there's a way I could keep the chat up, live chat. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by community guidelines. Learn more. Alright, so yeah, I bought this 12 foot by 12 foot tent last time, like the day that we drove up here, because I wanted to have the ability to hide under a tent in the sun. And so it's a 12 foot by 12 foot tent. It does have stakes, and what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna make the sidewalls for it, because I know how. So I wonder if there is an easier way to do this other than how I am doing this right now. This is funny. Let's see who joined the chat. Andrew, if you're still on board with me, where are you from? I cannot remember where you're from, Andrew. I have a feeling that you're from England. Maybe what I need to do is get like wheels for the legs to sit on, or make the wheels for the legs to sit on. let's see who's joining me right now. This in the live stream while I set up this tent.
There he is. Mr. Never Late. Mr. Never Late. That's right. You need a ton of plane coming in here.
Yeah, I'm at the Hampden-Sydney rugby pitch, setting up my tent. David, thank you for joining as well. It's interesting, the viewer head count on here is clearly not accurate. I don't know how many people are actually on, but not driving at this time, as you can tell, as you figured out. But over here, you should try Prism Live, what Dennis uses. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I'll take a look and see what that's all about as well. Thank you for that suggestion.